Hello, my name is Bobby Collins, and today I will be discussing how to combat high turnover. First, we must define what high turnover is. The turnover rate is the percentage of employees that leave a company within a specific time. High turnover is when an above average amount of employees leaves a company or occupation. The teaching profession is a good example to start with. Originally, the teacher shortage throughout the United States was attributed to older professionals retiring, but further evaluation revealed that teachers are leaving the field at a higher rate than retirement. Many teachers were experiencing burnout. This will ultimately create high turnover in a field that cannot afford it. The solution is to increase retention is to allow teachers to have more control over their classroom. Standardized testing has created a sterile environment for teachers. Money is not the solution. Creating a happier work environment that combats burnout is the solution. Another example of teaching comes from Austin, Texas. An interesting occurrence in Austin is that teachers working east of Interstate 35 were more likely to leave their positions after only a few years in a district. The city of Austin believed that the solution to the higher turnover would be to increase salaries of the teachers in the high turnover area. The result of pay increase did not decrease high turnover. In fact, when the monetary incentives were enacted, the turnover rate increased from 19% to 28%. The teachers on the east side were experiencing more stress, again, burnout in teaching. The schools they were teaching at were receiving lower testing scores. Again, money was not the answer to the high turnover dilemma. The environment must be addressed. Many examples of high turnover occur in the medical field. There is a high turnover rate among substance use disorder treatment workforce. The high stress involved with treatment of substance abuse and pay that does not equate to the amount of education, time, and patience involved to stay within the field contribute to high turnover. Day One is a residential and outpatient addiction treatment organization. Day One is used as an example for combating high turnover as it has an excellent record for employee retention. They do not offer larger salaries because they cannot, but instead offer benefits that employees desire. Benefits include flex time, scholarships for continued education in the drug and alcohol field, and self-care programs such as massages and raffles for prizes. Again, money is not the answer for combating high turnover. Instead, appreciation and benefits for employees create a work environment worth staying in. Again, in the medical field, nursing has a high turnover rate. The cost of replacing one nurse ranges from $22,000 to $64,000. The effects of high turnover create new employees or dissatisfied employees. The unhappiness runs downhill as patient satisfaction decreases with higher turnover. As healthcare fields rely more on value-based models, the necessity to combat high turnover rates become critical to an organization. There seems to be a correlation between patient satisfaction and turnover rates. Organizations need to focus on methods that will retain nurses. If the correlation is true, then the long-term employment in the healthcare fields will increase patient satisfaction. Once again, money is not the answer to combat high turnover in the nursing profession. An environment that does not create high stress will help in the retention of nurses. A different aspect of high turnover is competition. especially in the technology sector. The need for workers is high, and the supply of said workers cannot meet demand. To combat this issue is to provide workers with the best benefits, salary, and work environment. In this situation, money is part of the answer. Ultimately, companies need to combat high turnover by finding the who, why, and when for turnover. Who is leaving? Why are they leaving? And is there a trend of when employees leave? These questions can answer the question that leads to solutions for high turnover. Closing the revolving door for employment in an organization is a substantial task. High rates of employee turnover embody one of the severe challenges for many industries and can create a sizable financial loss. Combating this issue is not necessarily done by throwing more money at the problem or at workers. At times, this is part of the solution. However, it seems that at least in the field of education and healthcare, that creating work environment that is less stressful is the best avenue to deter high turnover.